so well. Along with the Four Peaks Challenge, I think it's kind of unheard of for a group of 50 scouts, venturers, leaders to pull that off. It's just incredible, but it's what Knocklyon Scouts do, and it's what makes us very special. The other thing is, well, this is all about our founding members, our former members, and thanks very much for that. But we shouldn't forget our... Actually, before we do that, I think we should raise a glass to our founding members. So I've got a few things to do. We have awards. We have a couple of awards to give out. We have this magnificent cake, and I might ask the Chief Scout to cut the magnificent cake we have. It's a shame to cut the cake, it's so magnificent, but we'll have to do it anyway. But I think before we do that, I'll just pass you over to Christy McCann, our Chief Scout, for a few words.
Thank you very much, Andrew. I won't keep it too long, but I can certainly see that the spirit of Knocklyon lives on and on and on. I think when you mentioned about the 50,000, just to put into perspective, apart from the fact which you know that we're the largest youth organisation in this country, that's 50,000 members in 50,000 families with relations that all are affected and connected to scouting. I think it's a huge, huge credit to Knocklyon and to be able to go for 40 years. 40 years to most people here is more than a lifetime. And if you think back to the 1970s, an awful lot has changed in those 40 years. I suppose you were at a time when the biggest computer that you could have was something called a calculator. And the biggest gadget you could get probably was the Rubik's Cube. That's what technology was in around those days, so I'm told, okay? And even our language probably has changed in the last 40 years. When words have got mixed up a little bit, when the computers came on, they started talking about hardware. Now hardware, according to my father, was a place where you bought paraffin oil and a pound of nails. And if you mentioned software, well, that was something you wore in your bedroom. Alright, you probably still do, I think. You know, or a mouse wouldn't be seen in the house. If you had a mouse in the house, it was a dirty house. Now there's mice all over the house on top of desktop. But times are changing. Scouting and moving on. But one thing that stays constant from the time when he joined the group many, many years ago is that scouting has held on to its values and its purpose, and the commitment and the dedication from all of you people have stayed the same, and that's unique. 40 years ago, I'm sure some of these people said, we won't last a year. It's hard work, we've no scout hall, we've no money, no members, the place is only half built. Here we are 40 years later, and that's because year after year you kept growing and doing and building and getting bigger and bigger. And not only have you done something unique, but you're now growing your own people, which is fantastic, because over half of the members around the country have never been in scouting. Leaders, they've no history to it, they don't understand, and they need a little bit extra bit of coaxing. But when you grow your own and have them here as leaders, that's a huge tribute. And the only reason they're here is because, as you know, it's only an hour a week. Isn't it? Yes. But in actual fact, that is very true. Because if you're involved in scouting or in this group, it is only an hour a week, and that's the hour that's left for you. Alright, so nothing has changed. So thank you for the invitation. Delighted to be part of it. I get to see fantastic groups around the country, but I can sense an atmosphere and a connection and a family that is unique. Long may it live. I won't say for the next 40 years, but into the future. Let scouting, as the banner says over there, the adventures begin here, and that's what you're doing, and that's the journey you're on. So thank you very much for the invitation. Have a great, great day. Thank you.
Thanks, Chrissy. That was really, really good. What we'll do next is we have a few awards. We do this every year, so I think leaders, we get a hell of a lot out of this, and we always give scouts and cubs and beavers and ventures badges. So we should recognise the leaders we have with us. So what I have here first is new people into the group. We're very, very lucky that every year we get a load of new leaders. We wouldn't survive without that influx of new blood into the group, so it's important to recognise that. I haven't gotten around the room completely, so I'm not sure who's here and who isn't here. But if you are here, you might come up and collect a 1-year cert after joining the group this year, and thank you very much. Sinead Johnson. Geraldine Byrne. Not here. Charlie Saunders. Liz Rowett, aka Gemma. Sinead Fahey McCarthy. Gemma Hoolan. Barry Kerwin. Liam McManus. Declan Tong. You'll have to put the camera down. Can someone take a picture of Declan? Kieran Murphy.
That doesn't matter.
Margaret Cheatham. Okay, thanks guys, that's brilliant. The next one up is the, I won't keep this for much longer because I know people are probably getting bored listening to me, but the next one up is the 5-year service award. First up, she thought she wasn't getting it, Deborah Brown.
Makes it nice skinny one that guy.
Skinny one.
Janet Dignam.
Are these 5 years?
These are 5-year service awards.
Stand, stand. Turn around, turn around.
Anne-Marie Coyne.
You ready for photograph? Off you go. Turn around. Turn around.
Andrea Fagan, who I suspect has been here about 20 years. Imelda Fisher. Orla Kenny. She's miles away. She's taking a pit stop at the bar.
No better woman. Excuse you. Okay, photograph. Stand back.
Joe.
Photograph.
See Carlos here, no? Solon? Did I see Maura Solon? And Robert Tierney.
Okay, Rob.
We have won 10-year service award, so if someone has given 10 years of their life to scouting, they should be recognised. Judy Kilroy.
Photograph. Turn around. Got you. You're very polished at this.
Okay, look, I know you're probably getting bored of listening to me. We've one more thing to do. This woman has been amazing for the group over the last 25, 30 years. We've had numerous presentations, we've thanked her numerous times, but this is an official thank you from Scouting Ireland. Christy, you want to say a few words on the Gold Mirror Award?
As we know, we don't do what we do in scouting for the thanks, but when you do get thanked, it is appreciated because it's a little bit of an encouragement. The gold merit, I suppose, people do stuff beyond the call of duty, and in this particular case it has been recognised from this group within Scouting Ireland that there are people who push the boat out a little bit further, and I think tonight is the fitting night to present that tonight. So I'll ask Andrew to introduce
Olga Curran. Well done, Olga, that's absolutely amazing. We'd have been lost without you. One more thing to do. We have Sinead Fahey McCarthy very kindly got a load of raffle prizes for us. They're sitting up here at the table. So the two Sineads will be going around selling raffle tickets. How much are we selling them for?
$5 for a line.
A $5 for a line. So if you want raffle tickets, the DJ will announce it later on. If you're looking for raffle tickets, there's absolutely amazing prizes. But what I'll ask, just before we finish up, has everyone seen our gorgeous cake? No. I might ask the Chief Scout to cut our cake along with Father Paddy. Is that okay?